Iedereen kent onze volgende gast. Bijna 30 jaar al speelt hij Belgische festivalweiders en concertzalen plat als zanger van Simple Minds. Nu heeft hij een soloproject als Lostboy. Uw applaus voor Jim Kerr. Nice music, and yeah, they chose it especially for you.
Making me homesick.
Yeah. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm always well when I'm in Belgium.
Now, this summer you released your first solo album called Lostboy, aka Jim Kerr. Does this mean it's over and out for Simple Minds?
Oh, certainly not. I love my band, and I love our band. And it's been a great story, and it's a story that will run and run for some time. Okay. So not at all.
Not at all. Now, in the sleeve notes of this album, you tell us, I tuned into the boy that I used to be, the passionate kid that I had left behind. Is this some sort of midlife crisis album?
Well, it's not, and I can tell you why it's not, because I've already had 2 or 3 of them.
Right.
And that was about 10 years ago. So we will have to come up with some other terminology. Yeah. No, it's got to do with the fact that, you know, when I was 18, 19, the only thing I had in my life was music, and, and I was obsessed.
Yeah, I was wondering, what kind of kid was the young Glaswegian boy, Jim Kerr?
Relatively quiet, intense. I liked all the arty things, but at the same time, I liked the football and I liked the gangs, and I was a bit in between both. Yeah. But I had a very inquisitive mind, and of course I loved rock and roll music.
Yeah. Let's listen to a tune of the Lost Boy album. It's called "She Fell in Love with Silence."
She fell in love with silence. Fell in love with all. No more violence.
And Jim, this is very danceable. Is it true that Donna Summer was one of the influences for this album?
Well, the music I was listening to in 1978, kind of post-punk to 1982, and including some of the early Simple Minds music, was quite dancey, you know, sequencers and so on, and certainly that first early Giorgio Moroder music was an influence,
From the beginning of the 80s, the Simple Minds struck a chord with Belgian audiences. Anja, Ilse, Katrien, are you old enough to remember those days?
Yes.
Those days? Were you Simple Minds fans?
Yeah.
Still are.
Thank God he said yes.
Ilse?
Ja, ik ken het eigenlijk door mijn oudste broer, absoluut.
Dat is de jongste, hè?
Her older brother.
Yes.
Maar voor ons, Simple Minds is een deel van de feestjes, hè?
Absoluut, ja.
I'm sorry.
It's okay, it's okay.
Let's here we see you at Torhout Werchter in 1986. Fashion was quite different in those days.
Are you sure that's not Jesus Christ Superstar?
How do you look back at those days? Do you recall those?
I wish I had the hair. The clothes, I wish I could fit into them. But I'm going to say what all old people say. I just wish I had the time again, because they were great times and it's gone so fast. They're wonderful times, and yet it just seems like 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah. But wonderful times.
Yeah. Now, in the early 80s, U2 and Simple Minds both played the same bill of Torhout Werchter twice. Let's look at some backstage footage.
Myself and Jim are getting married tomorrow, and
I didn't know we were getting married.
Here, and, you know, for that reason, it made the gig all the more special, didn't it, Jim?
Perfect way to announce it, yeah.
Yeah, to announce our engagement.
According to the interviewer, Bart Peters, there was a lot of champagne going around at that time.
Yeah, I mean, that was the first time people talk about a competition with U2 and Simple Minds. We were, I think, some of the bands of our generation. In fact, we had a lot in common, the same agent, a lot of the same road crew. We kind of avoided each other for a long time. But the great thing about the festivals in Belgium was they brought the bands together, and that was the first time I'd met the guys and seen them play, and I knew they were going to be the biggest band in the world. And if you want to know how I knew, it was because they told me.
Because they knew already.
They knew, and I thought, why did we never think of that? But we did.
Was there a bit of Messiah competition between you and Bono in the 80s?
Well, he was good at walking on water, and
you did the other miracles.
I could make 5 fish seem like a lot more.
I heard you, when you're working on your music, you live like a monk. You wake up at 5 o'clock. Is that working class ethic?
Work like a milkman, I think. Working up. Yeah, I do. I spend a lot of time. I've been spending a lot of time last 10 years of my life in Sicily, and which has been it's been a great thing for me. But I love the weather. But by midday, for many months, it's so hot that you get into getting up early to enjoy the mornings, and I do. But I was getting up extremely early, and I've just carried that through, and I find that I can get a lot of work done when everyone else is asleep.
You own a hotel back there in Taormina in Sicily, and Villa Angela, Mount Etna, towering above. Don't you need a good connection with the mafia to start a business in Sicily?
Yep.
All right, that's been taken care of. Are you a local hero over there?
You know, I work with the local guys too, and sometimes they'll call me up. Like my friend has a restaurant. He said to me, Giovanni Kemi's his name. He called me and he said, look, you have to help me. There's a Japanese tourist party coming through, 40 of them. And if I tell them that you'll come down, you know, they'll eat in my restaurant, they won't go elsewhere. And I owed him a favour. That's how it works in Sicily. And I said, OK, Giovanni, tell them I'll be there. And I said, but are you sure? He said, honestly, they're so excited. And I said, OK, I'll be there at lunchtime. I forgot all about it. And he gave me a call and he said, where are you? They're all sitting waiting for the photograph. I said, they're sitting out. I said, I'll be there. So I jumped on the Vespa and I pulled up at the restaurant. And it was a strange scene. There was, 40 Japanese tourists, quite a lot of them elderly women. and they were sitting, and Giovanni was doing all this, you know, it's the great artist. And they were shaking their heads, you know. They were shaking, and I kind of came up and they were like, no. And he was saying, this is the guy and stuff. And I said, who do they think I am? And the tourist, the guide said, he told us it's Jim Kerr, the actor. The guy from The Mask.
Right.
So I had a plate of spaghetti. It was nothing to do with me.
In a minute, we're going to perform with our band. And a song called Remember Asia.
Yeah.
What's it about?
It's about, I can't remember if it's the first time or the second time that Simple Minds went to Tokyo. And in those days, I'm not a monk, but I don't drink now. I did drink then. I remember with the jet lag and all the stuff, and we had gone out and came back, and middle of the night, these alarms were going off in these really high-rise hotels. We were on the 40th floor.
Right.
And it was an earthquake alarm.
All right.
And pretty scary stuff. Fortunately, it was only an alarm, but we didn't know that at the time. But there was a considerable panic. Yeah. And much of the Lost Boy album is written from sort of diary pieces. And as I was writing this song, I don't know why the whole image of it popped up again. And really, that's what it's about. It's about trying to have a romantic liaison while there's an earthquake scare going on.
All right.
It's not easy.
Yeah. Looking forward.
But I tried.
What will be your next project? Another Lost Boy album or new Simple Minds?
It's all going on. I mean, just Simple Minds have working on new stuff as well. They're not due an album for another couple of years. Lost Boy, I'm working on the second album that will come next year. And of course, the thing is that I have a tour that begins on Ghent on the 18th of October.
Op 18 oktober in de Gentse Handelsbeurs. Wish you all the best and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Hallo, ik ben Flip Colier en alsjeblieft komt er een filmpje dat ongelooflijk grappig is.
Zometeen zien we wat Flip Kaulier grappig vindt. Maandag is er opnieuw laatste show. Dan komen onder meer Luc de Vos en Karel de Gucht. Maar nu is het dus tijd voor Jim Kerr en de laatste showband met Remember Asia.
When you changed your heart and changed your destiny, I can remember when the news came down and changed it all. You see, it took me down to the place we would go, while up above the clouds were coming out more than you would know. Remember Asia when you're gone. Do you remember Asia when you're gone? I still remember how the lights were flickering in the night, and how we held together hanging on for life. Elevator down beneath the place we should know not to go. Inside I could see the cataclysmic scenes strolling out more than you would know. Do you remember Asia when you're gone? Do you remember Asia when you're gone? Come on, boys. Somehow we never escape, no matter how we fall. Was like I was in a movie, one that time forgot. You remember Asia when you're gone. You remember Asia when you're gone. Remember Asia when you're gone. Yeah. Oh, you remember Asia when you're gone. Yeah. Do you remember Asia when you're gone? It's over. It's over. You remember Asia when you're gone. Now it's over. It's over. Remember Asia when you're gone.